Ja, hallo zusammen und seid gegrüßt zu einer weiteren kleinen Märchenstunde. Wir sind in der letzten Folge mit Cinders in der Stadt gewesen und hatten so eine Art quasi Date mit ihrem Freund, Kumpel, Schwarm, was auch immer, Tobias. Haben ihn so ein bisschen auf dem falschen Fuß erwischt, indem wir ja ein bisschen vorgeprescht sind und am Ende ein bisschen aufdringlich gewesen sind und machen uns jetzt auf den Heimweg, wo wir einfach mal realistisch gesehen davon ausgehen müssen, dass es richtig Ärger gibt, denn unsere Stiefmutter ist gerade weg, aber die Schwestern müssten noch da sein. Home sweet home. I used to love returning home when my father was alive. I miss sharing the events of the day with him. Now it just seems like a grim prison, and my parole has just been revoked. Not to mention I'm probably up for a long talk with the jailer, seeing how late it is. You're back, safe and sound too, with no sign of having been attacked by robbers, wolves or some such. Though I probably shouldn't be surprised that they didn't want you either. Sophia, charming as always. I kind of expected Gloria to be here and try to reprimand me. It doesn't seem like her to just let such a breach of rules slip without a word. It does seem strange, doesn't it? I'm as surprised as you are. I thought there was nothing as important for her as taking any chance she has to mimic Mom's contempt. Oh, I can imagine it already. If Mom was here, she would tell you you should have a stick up your derriere like I do. You're awful, and more importantly, off the point. What happened with Gloria? I don't know. She didn't seem that angry, more like sad, really. Both mean that she's not well at all, so I'm content either way. She was so bummed out she didn't even want to speak to you, so that's a bit of a disappointment. Her frustration and you getting yelled at, that would have made my day. Doesn't it ever occur to you to stop this? We have had a whole Camosa-free day. Can't you drop the act for just a moment and tell me how did you spend your day of freedom? Oh, I wandered through the flowery fields, bathing in sunshine and harmony of nature, and kissing butterflies. Let's not forget about kissing butterflies. Klingt nach einem guten Tag. If that is what you prefer, then fine. I sat in my room, okay? And I am glad I did. Nobody bothered me there, because who would bother to come? I finally got some peace and time for myself. Oh, ich habe gerade schon wieder Hoffnung in sie gelegt und gedacht, dass sie langsam zu einem normalen Menschen mutieren würde, aber nee. You spent the whole day locked in your room? Why? Why do you care? Oh, I see, you're awfully chirpy. So the reason for this friendly attention is for me to reciprocate and ask about your day. You want to boast to someone. Don't you want to tell me how beautiful the world outside is? How good it was to meet new interesting people, make new friends? Well, how did you spend your day? So, I did spend the day enjoying other people's company, people I could actually talk to, and they answered without spitting venom. Do you see something wrong with that? Sure, there's nothing wrong with it. If you haven't got your own ideas or thoughts to follow or interests of your own, go ahead, busy yourself with the lives of others. So, you have found something better to do with your time. Fine. Care to enlighten me and share what it was? This is the point where I tell you my deep secret that makes me interesting, worthy and good. Then we continue with a friendly and fascinating chat and end up holding hands. Die ist so ein bisschen auf dem Sarkasmus-Trip, kann das sein? And I allow your kind words to heal my soul, as your gentle caress heals my heart. None of your business. It's annoying the way you constantly pry. Since you're not going to entertain me by being yelled at, don't you have some other things to do? Speaking with you is no walk in the park. Believe me, ending this conversation is more than fine by me. I prefer to be alone anyway. Warum ist sie dann hergekommen? But do be careful, those bed bugs can get really big and eat you alive if you let them. Everything is possible in the fairyland you seem to live in, princess. I wish you well too, Sophia. Good night. Die ist ja freundlich, ey. Und ich hatte schon gehofft, dass wir uns irgendwie annähern könnten. Oh, da ist ja Mademoiselle. Cinders, are you awake? I'm awake. I'll be right there. I get to work in a minute. No, it's not about that. I just need to talk to you. Uh-huh. All right, Gloria, what is it? What is so important that you have to speak with me at this hour? At this hour? You mean noon? I wanted to speak with you about the way you've been behaving these past few days. Oh, jetzt kommt die Standpauke. Now, there goes my nice morning or afternoon. Listen, I realize we were never really on the best of terms, but what has been going on recently is something new indeed. If you really think that I will turn a blind eye on all your childish, egoistic exploits, then you need to think again. What are you talking about, Gloria? I didn't do anything. Oh, you didn't do anything outright destructive. You are far too smart for that. But do you think I haven't noticed all the little jabs at me? You take every opportunity to undermine my efforts and make my life harder. Really, I don't know what's happening to you, Cinders. Do you think I'm stupid or that I don't have any feelings? I'm trying to understand you, I really am, but it seems like you are reveling in this chaos you are creating, as if you wanted things to fall apart. Oh, despite the efforts of all those who want to keep things together. Die Ärmste tut mir richtig leid. This is where we differ, Gloria. True, our relationship was never civil, but I think I'm beginning to understand why. We may be a family, but we are not alike. All I'm trying to do is to survive in this madhouse as unscathed as possible. What seems like chaos to you is freedom for me. Besides, let's face it, Gloria, things are already broken. Only Camosa and you are still pretending that you can glue them back together like some ugly heirloom everybody hates. Typical answer of an angry child. Do you even realize that you have managed to describe the house, all of us, as if it was all about you? It is such a shame that Mother taught me so well about the importance of family. It must have made me naive. Because I still have hope that you will mature one day. Excuse me, mature? Yes, become an adult, a person who is able to grasp a larger picture, go beyond one's own interests. Also someone who can sacrifice personal happiness for the greater good of the house if it is necessary. I don't deny that it can be difficult at times, but we are not children anymore. We must realize how we all depend on Camosa and support her in any way we can. Alter Verwalter, ey, was hat dir denn ins Gehirn gespritzt, ey? I see. Well, it certainly doesn't play well with my idea of maturity, especially that part about supporting Camosa. Of course, you would say that, just like you, Mother can be a difficult person to get along with, I admit. But her intentions are good. Think about the way she is putting all her strength into giving us a good life. And if you still doubt her, try imagining our lives without her. Oh, ich glaube, das ist für Cinders eine absolute Traumvorstellung. Don't mind if I do. How long do you think this house would last with her gone? You must understand she won't be here to care for us forever, and I can't do it alone, Cinders. I need your support. Aha. Also irgendwie werde ich aus dieser Frau gerade überhaupt nicht schlau. Also klar, sie ist so der Inbegriff von Camosa, Arschkriecherei, das habe ich schon verstanden. Aber warum ist sie jetzt so... Also sie will uns ja irgendwie die Hand reichen und uns irgendwie auf ihre Seite ziehen. Aber irgendwie findet sie dafür nicht die richtigen Worte. Ich bin gerade ein bisschen irritiert. Ich glaube, ich kann ihr nicht zustimmen. Ganz ehrlich, das widerstrebt mir einfach, weil Cinders einfach unter ihr total zu leiden hat, also unter der Stiefmutter. Und wir würden uns ja nur eingestehen, dass wir das weiter so handeln möchten und das will sie ja nicht. Nee, ich widerspreche ihr mal. My dear Gloria, I don't know what is more ironic, you talking about maturity or the fact that you actually believe in the things you are saying. Let me tell you something, my poor little drone. Maturity has nothing to do with reproducing a pattern you've been presented. Watch and repeat. That's a child's task. Maturity is independence. It is choosing the life you want for yourself and doing all you can to get it, despite the shadow of the Great Mother trying to block you from the sun. Oh, the terrible mother! How can she try to protect you, teach you how to live, and expect you to care for your legacy? Such unjust cruelty! Maturity is also about being able to create your own relationships, no matter what she told you. We don't have to torture each other, you know, just because Camosa trained us to pick on ourselves so that we won't join forces and rebel against her. It doesn't mean we have to do it. Exactly, we waste all our potential to act responsibly and show Mother that we are adults on constant cowards. We are not doing half the things that are expected of us, of any responsible person really, and Camosa is still giving us a chance. We are so childish. Ich wundere gerade, weil wir hatten, als wir das letzte Mal in der Stadt gewesen sind, da hat uns diese eine komische Magierfrau in diesem komischen Kräuterladen oder was das da gewesen ist, die hat ja auch so Camosa ein bisschen in Schutz genommen, ne? No, we are not. We are young women who just want to live normal lives without constant fear, frustration and self-pity. It's absolutely normal that we aren't happy. Who would be? We want things to change, but we lack the means to make that happen. That's why we should rebel against Camosa. We are more than capable of running this house on our own, and she knows it. Are you serious? Completely, but for what we need to act together, cooperate and not waste our energy on making each other miserable with our little schemes. This picture you are painting in front of my eyes seems pleasant, but also not very realistic. It requires one thing, which we do not have, mutual agreement. And we will not have that as long as we are not of one mind, that is, as long as Sophia keeps up her silly act. Oh, jetzt versuch uns nicht gegeneinander aufzuhetzen. Gloria, I doubt that it is Sophia who we should be worrying about in this situation. I'm having trouble picturing her opposed to anything that would bring us more freedom from Camosa. No, Gloria, it's you. You are the unknown in this equation. We can't be sure about your loyalties. Now, this is something I didn't expect. You're behaving just like Sophia. It would seem that you two have much more in common than meets the eye. You both prefer to spend your time criticizing me rather than trying to contribute. You could be helping me, helping us somehow. How can we understand each other if you do not even try? Sophia is just a poor broken creature composed of violent self-pity, a pinnacle result of Camosa's caring upbringing. But all in all, she is exactly that and nothing more, a product of the way this family works. She didn't just sprout out of the ground inherently bitter, you know. No, you and Camosa forced her into this mold. You share responsibility for making her this little Miss Sunshine she is now. And where are you going with this? Am I to shower her with sentiment from now on? Why should I, considering the way she behaves towards me? Even if she was mistreated in the past, it is no reason to shut herself away from the world and bark at it from within her room like an angry dog. No, she made up her mind. She does not want me around her. I cannot change that, even if I think that it is regrettable. I can't believe this is Gloria, the reasonable speaking now, the one who sees beyond her own selfish interest. If you do acknowledge the fact that you separated yourself from her in the past, why not try to force your way back? You can do this, Gloria. You can get your sister back. You just have to swallow your pride and try really hard. And so you recognize it as well. I am the most reasonable. And I am the only one here that actually does anything to keep up the house. That might be just a bit of an overstatement, Gloria. Each one of us puts some work into how this place works, for better or worse. We just have different perspectives, and so we give a different kind of input, but Surely you realize how naive that sounds. It is something one might say to a slow child to spare its feelings. I have tried to help you both understand the importance of Camosa's roots, and yet I seem to be the only one capable of understanding the requirements to keep a proper household. Will nobody ever learn? How long am I supposed to guide you and work alone against the laziness and stupidity of others? Hasn't it ever occurred to you that you might not have all the answers, because that's the root of the problem right there? You try to be our teacher or a disciplinarian. You have no knowledge that we lack, nor higher stages, and you are not our mother. Stop trying to imitate Camosa. Is this how you think a sister should act? How should I know? Do any of you act like one towards me? Wir entschuldigen uns mal. Ich wollte ja möglichst diplomatisch sein, aber trotzdem irgendwie an meinen Grundsätzen festhalten. Wir versuchen es mal. Vielleicht wird das ja bei ihr besser funktionieren als bei Sophia, wer weiß. Über sie wissen wir ja noch nicht so viel. You're right, I'm sorry. I guess both sides are always responsible for a relationship, and neither me nor Sophia has made it easier for you. Yet again the voice of reason speaks on my behalf, and all it took was little honesty with yourself to admit that I am right. All it took, nicht look, Entschuldigung. Can you see the argument for my previous behavior now? Stop it. Can you actually hear yourself? I reached out to you and apologized, and what do? You yourself have admitted that I was right and my behavior was correct. Okay, ich bereue jetzt schon wieder meine letzte Antwort, ey. Die ist echt total stulle, die Frau. I said that both sides are always responsible, and so I apologized for my thoughts towards you. But you are responsible too. How dare you! And we could do what we always do. Throw the blame around. I'm sure there's plenty for everyone. We could even share some with the neighbors. But how about acting normal for a change? We have had it hard in the past and took it out on each other. Let's start over. And how do you imagine we do that? We could try to act like sisters for starters, or at least like a group of semi-friendly normal girls. Exchange information in basic conversation without bringing out the big guns, you know? Talk. I think I would like that. Sag ich doch. I'm glad. I promise to treat you better from now on. To act more sister-like. Guck mal, wie sie auch freundlich gucken kann. Thank you, fine. I shall try to put some effort into it and treat you well too. Na, das will ich mal sehen. Thank you. I'm happy we finally agreed. And in light of taking care of one another, you are still speaking a bit like Camosa. Please, take more care of yourself and your own needs. Stop trying to become her. Not that again. Gloria, would you please stop for a second to think and answer one simple question truthfully? And what question might that be? What do you like to do? And no, I don't mean something that you feel obliged to do, not a core necessity or an assignment. What do you like to do? What makes you happy? And what do you do just for yourself and nobody else? But what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in the future? What will you do when Camosa's not here and you are able to move on? Where do you want to go? I don't know. I just want to make everything better. This house should work as intended, and it should do so because of me. I want to make everyone happy and keep it all together. Ich glaube, das wollte aber Cinders nicht hören. Fine, and when you accomplish that, what then? Imagine the house is running smoothly. Camosa is proud of you and relaxed. All tasks complete. What would you do with all your free time then? I do not know what to say. Indeed, such a situation seems highly unlikely to occur, so I have not given it any thought. Who are you? What do you know about yourself? I do not know. I do not know why you are so mean to me. All I did was come here with an open mind to talk to you, find some mutual understanding. You get no understanding because there is nothing there to understand. You came here to reenact Camosa in a statement of superiority. That is not true. I did indeed try to get through to you. You simply would not listen. You didn't either. Get through to me? You came here with your air of superiority to boost your own conviction. You don't care about myself or Sophia. All you care is about you. This is pointless. I see no reason to listen to such nonsense. Especially since I did nothing to deserve such treatment from an immature brat. Both of you are trying to turn everybody against you. Then you will be able to whine about fate that brought you to living in cinders and pain. I must have had some kind of a huge lapse of judgment to even consider treating you as a mature woman. Oh, look who's talking. Do you even understand the word mature, or is it just something you repeat after Camosa? Fine, Cinders, get out. Enjoy your freedom while it lasts. You have one more day till Camosa returns. And I will not stop to debating the order of things with you any further, nor try to teach you. You can go and do as you please for today. We'll see where your freedom gets you. We both know you are powerless to stop me from leaving the house, or from doing anything for that matter, so you can stop pretending. Or did you grow accustomed to pretending too much, pretending to have control, to be self-confident, to be Camosa? I do not have to listen to this. Goodbye. Keine Ahnung, ob dieses Gespräch jetzt irgendwas gebracht hat. Irgendwie hatte ich ja zwischenzeitlich, genau wie bei Sophia damals, die Hoffnung, dass sie vielleicht irgendwie zur Besinnung kommt. Aber vielleicht machen die sich ja so in ihrem stillen Kämmerlein ihre Gedanken dazu und werden doch irgendwann nochmal nett. Hello there, Hall. Let's see what new surprises you have in store for me today. Because I have to warn you, after the conversation I just had, I'm hard to impress. Hello there, early bird. Only old surprises apparently. You really should try harder next time, Hall. Having a conversation with the room, how bizarrely refreshing. It's good to see you too, Sophia. Now, I never thought I'd say something like this, but here it goes. Camosa was right. Too much reading does make you crazy. Oh, jetzt sagt bloß, sie will mit nach draußen kommen. But evidently it also makes you interesting, at least interesting enough to make my eternally uptight sister sneak into your room when she thought I wasn't looking. I seriously doubt she's that naive. Doesn't matter. The real question is, what did she want from you? Did she come to ask for help? So many hours without a chance to struggle for Camosa's approval must have left the poor girl quite disturbed. Oh, you know, our Gloria, a true stronghold of independence, a font of wisdom. I take it she came to spread her usual commotion propaganda amongst the little ones. Only to meet with steadfast resistance of the people. We will not be silenced, shouted the crowds. Oh my, it must have been quite a display. Did the guard intervene? If you're asking if there was any violence, then yes, plenty. The streets and squares practically turned red. Ich glaube, die verstehen sich beide gerade. Oh, how lovely. Was she hurt? Did you slap her? No, I think that would be going a bit too far, don't you think? My dear, simple sister, who can really say? Such things tend to be relative, you know. A one-man's hero is a criminal to someone else. Ja, da hat sie auch wieder recht. It's simply too complex for a girl like me to decide, so when it comes to Gloria, I don't analyze and stick to the golden rule. Violence is always the answer. Oh, das kann sie aber unmöglich ernst meinen, oder? Ey, das zeugt dann aber echt irgendwie von schlechter Erziehung. I see. I think you've just given me a bit too much information there, Sophia. Oh, you're such a child sometimes. In case you didn't notice, we're living in the middle of a dangerous and unforgiving forest. This place is packed with wild, bloodthirsty predators. And whether we choose to see them or not, they exist. What a lovely thought. I will think about it on my trip through the woods today. Oh, you're going out again? I have to eat something first, but yes, I am going out. Why? I was just wondering if you, well... What is it, Sophia? Are you blushing? Sie will mitkommen. Sie will mitkommen. Don't be ridiculous, of course I'm not blushing. I was just thinking that maybe you could use some company. War so klar. You want to leave the house? Yes. Is that a crime? Oh my god, Sophia wird normal. Dearest Sophia, no, not in my book. Of course I love to go with you. But a lot is happening now and I wanted to have some time to think alone. I'm really sorry. Maybe some other time? Schade, ich dachte, sie würde sie jetzt mitnehmen. When Camosa is back? Right, I get back to my room and stay there then, forever. Don't be like that, I'm really sorry, you just caught me by surprise, but I really would want to go out with you whenever we get the next chance. Yes, I understand. Go then and have fun doing your secret stuff. Oh, irgendwie tut mir das gerade fast ein bisschen leid. Thanks, I will. I see you in the evening. Sorry again.